A mother has been stabbed to death and left to bleed out on a kitchen floor for helping her daughter flee her arranged marriage. Arranged marriage is not a thing we do in Britain. I mean, well, at least historically. Arranged marriage isn't really a thing we've ever done. I mean, maybe sort of with the royals, they've kind of had these, arranged marriages, which they kind of arranged themselves. But on a basic level, for normal people, at least in modern history, arranged marriages are not a thing. And arranged marriages are more than just your family saying, oh, this is a great man you can marry, he's a doctor and he'll look after you. It's not just that. These are violent marriages. They include psychological torture, and it's almost always the women who are the victims of these things. And the latest horror story is that in the UK, a mother has been brutally stabbed to death by her son-in-law after he discovered that she was helping her daughter flee their arranged marriage. The BBC reported on this, and they said, a mother helped her daughter escape a troubled arranged marriage before she was stabbed to death by her angry son-in-law, a jury has heard. Mohammed Tatham, 31, denies murdering Rahman Begum, 46, at her home in Rochdale on 7th February. Manchester Minchell Street Crown Court heard she was killed after his 25-year-old wife Aisha left him to move back in with her longtime partner in Bradford. Mother of 5, Mrs. Begum, was found dead on the floor with a knife in her hand. So this is going through the courts. This is all alleged right now, but it's being reported that the claim is that he stabbed her and left her to die on the kitchen floor. And say it's true, say this is what in fact happened, then imagine what that woman was suffering herself. His wife. Imagine what his wife was suffering every single day. If he's got that much anger in him that he would stab his own wife's mother to death. Imagine what he was doing to that poor woman. This is the kind of thing that you'd expect from the third world, but this was from Rochdale. In Rochdale. Now, a jury has heard that Aisha Tatham, the wife, was continuing her relationship with her boyfriend, her longtime partner in Bradford, and her mother had tricked her husband into leaving the home so that she could go back into the house, collect her things, and then leave and move on with her boyfriend and leave the abusive husband behind. She told the court that her mother had told her boyfriend to look after my daughter and don't ruin your life, go live it. So, I mean, I'm just guessing here, I can't say for sure, but it sounds to me like this arranged marriage wasn't something the mother wanted in the first place, or at least if she had wanted it, she changed her mind. But the mother was trying to let them go and live their lives and escape this horrible brutality, but she was soon found dead on the kitchen floor with 3 major stab wounds, one of them going right through her heart. And in other recent news, by the way, it turns out that visas are being granted to foreign husbands in forced marriages, just to compound this issue in the UK. Now, visas are being easily just handed over to husbands of forced marriages. The Telegraph reported on this, and they said, the Home Office has failed to protect British women and teenage girls forced into abusive marriages by granting their foreign husbands visas, charities have warned. Officials dealt with nearly 90 cases of victims trying to block visas last year, although almost half were still issued, data obtained by the Times shows. They also said, one group said some immigration officials were turning a blind eye amid concerns over cultural or religious sensitivities. A Home Office source says it categorically denies the allegation. Figures released under Freedom of Information laws showed the Home Office had received 175 inquiries about victims trying to block spouses' visas last year. Of these, 88 became full cases, which included direct requests from victims, known as reluctant sponsors, requests from third parties, or instances where an official suspected a forced marriage. But regardless of all this, visas were still issued in 42 cases. Now, any woman in this country, British born or not, should not be suffering this kind of barbarism. If you want to see more from me and the rest of the Rebel team, remember to like and subscribe.